Jay here, Stretford, Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, I'm not at Old Trafford. I'm going to be there a bit later on, but I'm in my kitchen. I'm not in the studio as well. You might notice. Yes, I'm in my kitchen here in sunny Salford. It's looking actually quite sunny. It's perked up a bit. It's raining this morning. If you're not doing already, make sure you are hitting like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I want to get to 750,000 subscribers by the end of the season. And with your support, we can get there. I'm just going to whiz through a couple of Manchester United stories before today's game that are doing the rounds. The big story that we've seen is that, there's never a dull moment, is there, at Manchester United? As Britney Spears used to say, another day, another drama. You can see here you will be able to see if you want to go and check, in the Mirror and also in the Mail, it says that Thiago Motta emerges as potential Erik Ten Hag replacement at Man United after his brilliant work with Bologna, but Reds would face stiff competition from Juventus. The article then goes on to say, the former Barcelona, Inter Milan and Paris Saint-Germain midfielder has unfancied Bologna on course for Champions League football, with the team currently fourth in Serie A. Motta's contract expires in the summer, and while Bologna hope he will renew, Gazzetta dello Sport are linking the Brazilian-born former Italy. I can say Italy. It's not that difficult, is it? Come on, bloody hell. Italy. International with United and Juventus. Ten Hag's future at Old Trafford is in jeopardy as they struggle to make next season's Champions League by making the top five in the Premier League. New owner Ratcliffe and Ineos will assess the Dutchman's performance in the summer, with Ten Hag also hoping to deliver the FA Cup to Old Trafford to save his job. Now, this sort of link with Motta has come up recently. I've seen a couple of people mentioning it. Me and Ronnie were talking about this the other day on the watch along. And as the article says, Bologna, who are not one of Italy's big boys, are they? You know, when you talk of the big clubs in Italy, you talk about Milan, AC Milan, that is obviously. You talk about Juve, maybe even throw Roma and Napoli and Lazio into that mix. You don't really mention Bologna, but they're sat there in fourth place. They've on 57 points. I've just had a quick look. Roma behind them on 55, but Roma have played a game more. Although saying that, Atalanta have played one game less than Bologna and are 7 points behind them. So it's not set in stone. They'll definitely get Champions League football, but they're looking pretty good for it. Obviously doing a good job. A young coach, young manager. Could he sort of fit into this ethos of maybe someone coming in who's a bit less experienced and would be happy to do a sort of coaching role? That would be the manager, but more as a coach, not just the manager. Let me know what you think, because this isn't one that's been doing the rounds for ages. I mean, obviously, a lot of it is coming from the season that they're having, but it is a name that has been linked, and I don't know. I just feel that it feels like it's a little bit too early to say just what is going to happen at Manchester United. A lot is going to depend on where we finish this season. A lot maybe depend on whether we win the FA Cup. The FA Cup might save it. I know people go, well, it didn't save Louis van Gaal, but it was different with Van Gaal. With Van Gaal, Jose Mourinho was right there. And also, despite the fact Van Gaal was sacked just after the FA Cup final, I don't think that it was a case of they decided at full time, right, we're getting rid of him. The decision had already been made when the results over Christmas that season went to pot. And because Jose was always fancied, he'd won the Premier League 3 times. There's always talk that he should have been the successor to Sir Alex Ferguson. I think that's why that happened. This feels a little bit different. But will Ineos look at it and go, look, in the league, we've been atrocious. And this is a big if as well. This is even if we win the FA Cup, which is not a given, is it? I mean, City will fancy the chances, and even Chelsea will if they get past City, especially after what happened midweek. So we'll have to wait and see on that front. I don't know. I feel it is going to be, I know it's not exactly very insightful or revelatory. I do feel we're going to have to wait and see where we stand at the end of the season. But I feel if we haven't got European football or Champions League football, and we haven't got a trophy, so we haven't won the FA Cup, then I think Erik Ten Hag will be a goner. I think Ineos will go, we can't stick with someone who's had such a terrible season. But there's still lots of games left to play. I don't think we'll get top 5, but we could have a good end to the season. We could start by beating Liverpool today. That would be a massive step forward. If you can beat Liverpool twice in 2 weeks, you're doing yourself a huge favour in terms of keeping your job. I know it's not the be-all and end-all, but it goes some way to at least getting the fans properly behind you. I know there's been a bit of a split more recently in the fan base, with some people saying these results, you can't ignore them. The manager, he's just not up to it. Others saying, look at what he's working under, give him a chance to work under Ineos and all the rest of it. I've always been very defensive and supportive of Erik ten Hag. But if we have more results like we've had recently, I don't see how he survives. In the Mail as well, it says Manchester United Erik ten Hag reportedly feels he's been left in limbo by the new regime at the club. United are rebuilding off the pitch under new owner or co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe, but some key appointments have yet to be made. And it feels like Erik ten Hag there, the article goes on to say Erik ten Hag feels like he doesn't know what's happening with his future, doesn't know whether he's coming or going. I think that article, though, originated, I know the Mail are covering it, originate from the Sun. Hashtag don't buy the Sun. Listen, we obviously the news today is going to be focusing around the game. We're going to be back later on. We're going to have the watch along. We're going to have all the post-match reaction as well. A huge game for both clubs. Liverpool obviously facing trying to win that second league title in 34 years, whatever it's been. Manchester United not only trying to have a, keep the very slim hopes of Champions League football alive, but also stop Liverpool from winning the title. I mean, if Liverpool win at Old Trafford and that helps them win the title, that would be an absolute disaster. And I think that could be the final nail in Ten Hag's coffin. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Make sure you are hitting like, share, and subscribe. I'm Jay Motta. This has been the Paper Talk /Gazetta / the news update. Thanks for watching.